What's going on, gentlemen? Welcome back to The Married Man, home of the warrior husband. I'm Brian Bandas. Appreciate you spending a minute or two with me on your Friday. Hope your day's off to a good start. We are talking right now about money in the context of marriage. Last week we said, hey, share the wealth. This week is a follow-up to that, okay? I think that it's important that we have this mindset that says the goal is unity, right? The situation, we have to have a mindset that says it's me and my teammate, right? My wife and I are on a team and we're going the same direction versus it's me against her. I gotta get mine and protect mine, that type of thing. So now, if we're going to share the wealth the way that I talked about, I think that takes us to step two, which is a level of communication that is important, and not just important, but highly productive if our goal overall is unity, right? So I believe this begins with questions and then finishes with listening with the intent to understand. We need to ask great questions that help us get to the root of the matter. The bottom line is money is a huge part of life, and for most people, maybe everyone, it's tied to different feelings, fears, hopes, dreams, insecurities. I've got pain and trauma early in my life that is tied to money now and the way that I view money, things that I want from money, reasons that I want to earn money. All of these things are tied to experiences from my past and beliefs I have about who I am and what I want in the future. Some of those beliefs are accurate. Some of them are not. If I find at times that, I'll just be vulnerable, I'll share with you guys that for me, one thing that I wrestle with is I had this experience as a kid and I sort of tied the house that somebody lives in to their status and how successful they are, in particular, where they stand as a provider. And so I have in my mind, man, my struggle is not, oh, I want this car or I want that boat or I want this or that. My issue is I want this house and it's going to prove, that I'm the provider I want to be. So the relevance is for my wife, it's important for her to understand if we're going to be unified and we're going to be sharing our money with one another and doing this together, it's important for her to know that I have that viewpoint. Now, if that viewpoint is incorrect, and I think ultimately it is, then we have to go through the process, right, of healing and maybe correcting that worldview. But the bottom line is that first, she has to understand, oh, this is where Brian's coming from. He had these experiences, and that's sort of, he's looking through that lens, right? I've got these glasses, and the color of the glasses are the experiences I've had. She's in the same boat. Her experience has been very different than mine, and therefore her approach and her relationship to money is different than mine. If I want unity, I have to have a genuine curiosity and desire to understand what is my wife's worldview, and in this case, what is her worldview around money? If she wants more, why? What does she believe that she'll get from it? So I've got to ask these questions, and then I have to have the discipline to shut my mouth, to listen to her answers and understand that when my wife is describing me, here was my experience and here's why I feel like I need or want X, Y, and Z, that those needs and wants are not wrong. For her to feel afraid or to feel comfortable or not comfortable, etc., is not wrong, even if it's different than how I see it. In fact, and I don't know how common this is, but I asked my wife not long ago, hey, what would it take for you to feel like we were in a place where you really felt comfortable financially? And she said, I think I'm there. Like I think I feel good. And I'm not. I thought, what are you talking about? So the interesting thing is to go, okay, why does she feel okay and why do I not? Well, that's an opportunity for us to grow in our intimacy. I talk about this all the time. True intimacy is knowing and being known. So this is an opportunity for us to grow in our intimacy, for me to understand where she's coming from and to know more about her, and for her to know where I'm coming from and know more about me. Her feeling comfortable is not wrong. Me not feeling comfortable yet is not wrong. It's an opportunity for us to understand one another more. And most importantly, if there are things that we see in each other and that we explain, we can help one another. In fact, in this case, she can help me unpack, why do I not feel comfortable? Maybe I could if I had a bit of a change of worldview. Am I clinging to fears from when I was younger that are not serving me? Things like that. It is an opportunity to seek to understand one another better, and then to love on one another by helping each other sort of unpack and understand those things and grow and go through healing where necessary. So, step one last week was share the wealth. Step two to me is over communicate and make sure that you're taking this opportunity. So rather than blindly throwing money in a pot and then she looks up and I got a gambling problem, she doesn't know where all the money went. Right off the bat, we're communicating in a way that allows us to understand one another better and to make sure we're on the same page as we do share the wealth, so to speak. So I hope that's helpful. Guys, thank you so much again for the response I'm getting to the podcast. It is so fun. It's going to keep coming to you once a week. I would ask this week if you would take 30 seconds to think of a friend or a brother who cares about his marriage the way that you do, and just forward this over to him and say, hey, you might get something out of this. Invite him to sort of join the squad here. So, guys, thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you on Monday.